The Japanese Zero ruled the sky. Fast, agile, deadly. America rushed to counter it, to build something better. But instead of defeating the enemy, the result killed America's own rookie pilots. They called it the Ensign Eliminator.
Early in the Pacific War, the Zero dominated. It turned tighter, climbed faster, outmaneuvered U.S. fighters. American pilots were stunned. Something had to change, fast.
The Corsair looked unstoppable. Huge engine, massive propeller, blazing speed. On paper, it was perfect. In training, it was terrifying.
The Corsair was hard to land. Long nose blocked vision. Landing gear bounced. Planes slammed into decks. Young Navy pilots struggled badly.
Most Navy pilots were young, freshly trained, limited experience. The Corsair punished mistakes instantly. Crashes piled up, so did funerals.
Pilots gave it a brutal name, the Ensign Eliminator. Not because it fought enemies, but because it killed ensigns. The name stuck.
The Corsair wasn't flawed. It was advanced, demanding, unforgiving. It needed veteran pilots, not rookies. America had rushed it.
The Marines used land bases, longer runways, more margin for error. They mastered the Corsair. In combat, it dominated Japanese aircraft.
Eventually, training improved. Landing techniques changed. Design tweaks followed. The Corsair became legendary, but early losses were permanent.
America didn't fail at engineering. It failed at matching machines to people. Against the Zero, speed worked. Against inexperience, it killed. In war, the weapon must fit the soldier.